Interesting fact from Gap is that jeans in 1969 cost $7. Now to our correspondent in Tokyo.
Hello, my name is Jane Doe and I'm live from Tokyo, Japan. Since the devastating earthquake and tsunami on March 11, 2011, Gap Inc. stores in Japan continue to struggle. Because of a decrease in consumer spending, sales have decreased 8% in Japan since the tragedy. And Japan isn't the only company affected. In North America, sales have plummeted as well, with brands dropping as much as 12% overall. This leads us to question Gap's management and how effectively they can run a business in a crisis. Despite internal struggles, Gap Inc. continues to reach out to the community. Besides donating 5% of their net sales to Japan Relief, they have also designed a line of t-shirts whose profits are going directly to Japan. That's all for now. Back to the studio.
After the information gathered here today, we have come to the conclusion that investors should... I'm sorry, our producer has just informed me that there's breaking news. We're going to go ahead and transfer it over to Johnson with the breaking news.
Thanks, Joe. Breaking news. Just in. Gap Inc.'s stock may plummet. Why? Well, because of the dramatic increase in the price of cotton. Here on this graph, we can see that just 1 year ago, the price of cotton was just under $1 per pound. And now, a year after, we see that the price dramatically increased to just over $2 per pound. Many of you may ask, how would this affect Gap Inc.'s stock price? Well, the answer lies in earnings. Because the cost of goods sold, which incorporates the prices of cotton, increase relatively dramatically compared to sales, expected earnings and profit margins failed to meet the forecasted targets. This led to the drop in stock prices for the first quarter, and now we expect this to happen in subsequent quarters as well. Here we can see earnings for 2011 quarter 1. Expect the difference between expected and actual earnings. Because of the miscalculations in earnings, which triggered the decrease in stock prices, we now must question management's ability to accurately predict the financial position of Gap Inc. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you, Johnson. After hearing the breaking news, we have come to a final conclusion of the company. Gap's financial statements place the company in a positive light.
Despite a good foundation, Gap is struggling not only with domestic sales, but also with increasing costs in cotton. Due to the falling sales, Gap is closing down North American stores and rearranging management.
As we come out of the economic recession, Gap Incorporated has struggled to reestablish its former financial standing in the retail industry. Taking into account current conditions within the company and the economy, we recommend that short-term investors sell and that long-term investors hold cautiously. With increasing costs and domestic struggles, short-term earnings are reported to drop, potentially triggering a drop in the stock price.
But as far as long-term investors are concerned, there are reasons to be bullish. Gap Inc.'s strong fundamentals and proactive long-term expansion also contribute to our position that the long-term investors should hold off on selling Gap stock.
Signing off from IV Finance, I'm Yvonne Gonzalez.
And I'm Joe Eubanks. Stay classy.